Yo, SportGlobe. Listen to the news. General Smith whop up the Clayton twins. Wicked. And of course, the two Englishmen them deal with Kishian. Wicked too. Hey, check out our latest video. This episode is sponsored by J&J Garage. Top quality, cheap prices.
J Garage, we do excellent brakes and clutch repair. Pressure plates, flywheels, disc brake pad, brake shoes, clutches. Any job you have, cars, vans, jeeps, buses, trucks, and tractors. Just call J&J Garage, 1-876-408-3836, 887-7504 for all your pickup and delivery service throughout the 14 parishes.
Welcome, SportGlobe fans, to a regular dose of sports heat. From wild trivias to epic facts, hot headlines, history you never knew. It's fast, it's fun, and it's straight from the Caribbean to the world. Let's get into the game. I want to welcome Rudy to the show again. So Rudy and I will be doing the show. My name is Richard, and of course I have Rudy. So Rudy, welcome to the new SportGlobe video format, and let's give the fans a treat.
Surely, man. And for the fans, a happy new year to you. All the best in this year. Looking forward to some fun facts. Join us, be with us, call your friends, call your neighbor, call your uncle, call your grandma. Let them know SportGlobe is on. Come and have some fun with us.
All right, fantastic. So let's just give you a quick rundown of what all our different segments are going to be like today and going forward. This is what we're going to be having. So we're going to be providing you with some sports trivia. This is going to be quite interactive question and answer kind of a thing, and you can answer the question yourselves. If you think we are wrong here, you can also let us know if we are wrong. We're going to be providing you with a funny sports moment. So it's a video of a very funny sports moment that you can enjoy as well, and you can interact with that as well. We're going to be giving you some sporting facts from around the world, things that have impacted your life. Maybe it is a myth that you think that it was something that was normal and this was what the truth is, but we're going to be giving you the truth and with the ideal or authority on the thing. Of course, we're going to be looking at what's happening during the course of the week, the hot topics we call it, and we're going to be discussing different news items or different viral things that have come out during the course of the week. I bet you didn't know was another segment. This is some historical facts, about things that you have considered that you didn't even know or you didn't remember. And of course, we're going to be ending off with some Caribbean sports facts as well, because Caribbean people has been contributing to the world of sports in a big, big way. I bet you didn't know that a lot of Caribbean people playing in the NFL. What about that? All right, so let's jump into it, and let's provide you with the trivia of the week. So, Rudy, you have the trivia of the week? So, the trivia of the week comes up with... so, this is our trivia that we have for the week. This week, it is, did you know that Canadians' number one sport is what? It's curling. Yeah, not ice hockey, not what other ice sports they have, Rudy? They have a lot of other ice sports that they play.
But most people believe it's hockey, but hockey is not
not their number one sport.
It's not a number one
seems
sport.
To be their most seems to be their most popular sports, but it is not. Curling is their number one sport, and it has been supported more than ice hockey.
Yes.
All right. So the funny sports video that we're going to be looking at this week, Rudy, it is the Jamaican 100-meter sprinter, Akira Nugent. And 2025, she had an incident, right, in Nanjing, China, in the 60-meter indoor championship that was there, coming off the last hurdle. Quite funny to me, Rudy, even though it was quite serious, with the hurdle breaking off and coming up right into her. It could have been, very serious, but she won the race just the same. Got the gold medal just the same. But when we saw it, I think it was pretty scary, but she ran through the line just the same. you know?
Certainly, because we have
Yeah,
never seen, most of the time we see a hurdle flipped over. We have never seen the top of the hurdle flip out.
yeah,
So certainly, something wasn't screwed down properly.
no,
And it could have hurt any one of them, including impeding the other athlete. Anybody could have get hurt. So it just wasn't for
yeah,
that. But in the end, it's funny because we have never seen the top of the hurdle flip out. We always see the hurdle, the whole hurdle
break.
tumble over.
Yeah,
We never see the whole that the line across flip up and in between her legs and to still continue funny and win the race. Yeah.
and win the gold medal. Of
Yeah.
course, she got that 60-meter gold medal in 2025 in Nanjing. Of course, she has a lot of other medals, and just let's give you 2021 in Nairobi. She got the 100-meter hurdles as well, the under 20 World Championship. So she has been pretty decorated as a junior. The Youth Olympics, she was in 2008. Buenos Aires, she got the 100-meter hurdles bronze medals as well. 2019 San Juan, that was the Pan Am under 20 championships. She got the silver medal there as well. So she pretty decorated athletes, from junior, and now she's trying to hold her own in the
Yeah.
senior championships. And things. So that was a funny one, and hope you like the video that we share as well. So let's move on to some more facts, Rudy. And of course, we still want to give you the facts. I want you to go and look up curling in Canada, right, as being the number one sport. And I think it's a myth that a lot of people have. And just to let you know that that is not a myth anymore. Curling is Canadian number one sport. And,
It is a
everywhere
fact.
that we
It
live
is a
here in
fact.
Canada, you can see a lot of curling is a fact.
It is a fact. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Rudy. So let's get to some hot topics, right? So, what do you have, Rudy? You have some hot topics there.
Well,
Of
definitely
course,
we have seen recently posted 400 meter 400-meter champion Sydney McLaughlin is expecting.
is expected.
He's expecting. He is expecting. I'm so happy for she and her husband, for she and her family that that they could extend their family from 2 to 3 or 4. We don't know yet. Could be twins, but we don't know yet. But certainly, it's always a good thing for that talent of Sydney McLaughlin to hopefully her offspring can be generating something for the world to come.
As great as she was.
As great as she was.
As she is.
The hot topic now is like, we have seen it with many our top world athletes, Alison Felix. We also seen it with Shelley and Fraser, who have kids come back and they're still dominating the sport. We don't know. We hoping that's the plan. We hoping that the plan that she can go there. They have a bouncing baby boy, a bouncing baby girl, and that is a superstar. And certainly come back for LA. That's the goal. Let's see what happens, because I'm pretty sure she would like to win something. On the home turf. Maybe her last. Maybe it's not. Who knows? Let us certainly see that. We have seen the way she built.
But her husband Rudy, is he a past NFL player? He's a past NFL player.
He's a football player as well, so he's a sports guy as well. So certainly we have seen that. Like again, we have seen a lot of our top world athletes have the offspring and come back and dominate on the track as well. Hopefully we can see that from her. She is certainly young.
She holds a space in track and field history right now to be running the 400-meter hurdles champion, Olympic and world champion.
Yeah.
And she has the record. She has the record as well.
The world record holder in the hurdles.
Right. She had broke that many times in the 400-meter hurdles, and then she came back last year.
Yeah.
To win the 400 meters.
To be the first to come as close to the world record from the person who
Mm-hmm.
said it. She was the
Right.
closest to come to it from the one the German
Yeah.
athlete who set the world record. She came
Yeah.
very, very close to it. Um, so, like I said, history have shown us that top tier athletes go have the offspring and come back. Let's see if history can be written again. That's maybe
But can
keep
you imagine?
to
Can you
come back
imagine though,
and break.
Rudy?
He'll come back and
Can
break the
you
world
imagine
record.
though, Rudy? This child will have two athletic
Oh yeah,
parents.
oh yeah.
These are
Well,
very top
this
athletic
the scary
parents. So
one.
can you imagine what this child will be like?
But here's the one now. Well, we know if it is a girl, most likely she'll stick for track and field. We assuming. Because, but if
Okay,
it's a boy, that's you
might
talking
just
about
go
two
to the
sports.
NFL.
Talking about
Yeah,
two sports. He'll be track and field and football. So it'll
and
be a double
football.
sport. Yeah, it'll be double
Yeah,
sport. No, so certainly, and listen,
yeah,
a lot of kids, they come out and they don't want to play that sport. They want to do something on their own.
yeah,
And parents don't
yeah.
push them to do anything. But certainly, that is one of the hot topic of the day. The second hot topic is that our Canadian Andre de Grasse
Mhm.
believed that he has another 100-meter in him to be at the next Olympic Games. So he's
Yeah.
prepping himself for the next 2 years because it is 2 years and 6 months, give or take. It's in the
Mhm.
summertime. So 2 years, 6 months to this date, where he believed that he could come back and run in another Olympic Games. Now,
Well, what is this? What is this talk with the cricket that he has though? Because he has something that he has suggested about cricket. We don't know what
yeah,
that is, but
yeah.
um, it says while cricket it captures his imagination, it remains a casual affair. So he has this love affair with cricket because he had visited India recently too.
Yeah.
Um,
And not only
and
that, let me say this now. He has a Trinidad, one parent from Trinidad
yeah,
and one parent from Barbados, which certainly they both
so maybe
cricket,
that's where it's coming
they
from.
both athletic. So he certainly grew up knowing cricket. So maybe maybe he might want to go and play cricket for Canada. I don't know. We
Yeah,
don't know if
who
that's what
knows?
his plans are, but he believed that he could be at the next Olympic Games, and certainly we thought this one was the last for him, but I guess we were wrong. He
But he
believed
wants to
that
go one more.
he believed his body can do it. He believed he can stick around for another 2 years. Let us see and let us hope. We want nothing but the best for our athletes. Nothing but the
Of
best.
course.
And
All right,
certainly
Rudy. So,
we'll go for it.
so
Yeah.
a big one that happened just before the weekend here is this indoor 60 meters. For male and female. That the twins were beaten by Jonielle Smith,
Yeah.
who has been a top Jamaican athlete. She had represented Jamaica in the 100 meters before. She had not gotten any medals, but she's been running some brilliant 60 meters. She was beaten by Tina Clayton in the 60 meters a week before, and then he came and turned the tables on the twin in this 60-meter event this week, and it was a big one. They're running fast times as well, so she
No,
had a
certainly.
personal best.
Listen, we have seen this happening now. But the thing about me that I'm not big on the indoor season. I'm happy
Mhm.
for a lot of these athletes because it's a payday for them. I'm not
Yeah,
really big on the indoor season because it's not as big as when we see the outdoor thing. Even when they have World Indoor, it's not big. Out there as it is as if it's an outdoor World Championship, or something to the
yeah,
to the third. The difference in the indoors, you still have in the outdoors, you have an extra 40 meters to go where you can get caught up. In 60
mhm.
meters, you blink, it's over. So your
Ah,
start really matters. The
what's
person with
that?
the best start,
What
tends to win most of the time. 80% of the time tends to win at 60 meters.
was that?
And,
What happened to Kishan? Was that happened to Kishan Thompson when he finished third in his event?
I never
Because he
seen the
finished
race.
third
I never
in
seen
his
the race,
60
but
meter event as well. So
I want to assume that's what it was. I want to assume that's what it was. Yeah.
He
I
was
want to make
beaten
that
by two.
assumption.
He was beaten by
Yeah.
two British athletes
Yeah.
over the 60 meters. But I've seen the race, and
Listen, man. A
it
lot
didn't
of
look
this
like he got a
out there.
fantastic start at all.
Yeah, a lot of athletes out there, many athletes have way better start than a lot of people. And even the top
Mhm.
tier athletes of the world, their
But Kishan
reaction
is one
is
of them
brutal.
great starters right now, Rudy. Remember
Yeah,
that is his
yeah,
best part of his race, starting.
yeah.
I mean, coming out of Stephen Francis camp, always produces great starters. I don't know what happened. Let me tell you
Yeah.
though, Rudy. I think right now, this year, because the twins were running as well, everybody just looked pretty relaxed,
Yeah.
in terms of the Jamaicans. They look pretty relaxed. They they didn't have, it was almost like a training day for them, just the same. Not that they weren't competing, they were competing and want to win. But I think this year is really just going out to these Diamond League meets and these different meets around the world. I think it's a money making year this year,
It's a pity because there's nothing really.
because
They have that world
it's nothing
challenge.
nothing else doing. Yeah.
The world challenge is a selective thing. They based on how you're running, they're gonna
Hmm.
we're going to invite you to the World Challenge. So it's really a payday for them. Like we said, we do know that for them, there is, for pride, maybe, there is the Commonwealth Games, and that could be for pride. They might go. And there's also the NACAC Championship in the Caribbean region as well.
Hmm.
Both of those meets is really pretty close to each other. Um, so I think they set it up where if you're done one, you can fly and compete another extra week at the other one because it's designed
Yeah.
that way. They schedule it that way that from one you can go to the next. But certainly, we know this year is a money making year for them. Let them go out there and do what they got to do. We know we always talk about the sport and the money. If the money is there for them now to take it, go right ahead and take
Hmm.
it. Go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just think is a money year for them. Of course, on that day as well, in Sweden, I mean, Thomas Dodd, she captured the win as well. I mean, she was one who was kind of on the fence of talking about she might just switch allegiance, but I don't think she had switched at all, and maybe still in her mind that she's still looking to compete for Jamaica, maybe one more Olympics or one more World Championship. But she's out there, she's still throwing the shot puts, and she won yesterday as well. Um, One of the things in the news, Rudy, and this is coming out of Jamaica, and maybe something that we might have to take into another discussion, but just to mention it here is that a lot of the track and field meet and the senior track and field meets in Jamaica has been cancelled, right? For lack of several different things, but most of all, it was financial support or sponsorship. Most of these meets are really not affected by the hurricane, right?
Yeah.
It has prompted the J3s to come out and wanted to take a look at it, but hear my consideration on the whole thing, Rudy. The J3s can find it important to be looking at athletes switching, and they spend a whole lot of time, right, trying to talk about athletes switching allegiance and that kind of a thing. But when it comes down to taking care of the sport, right? They don't spend a lot of time, based on my estimation. They don't spend a lot of time trying to help these different components of Jamaica's track and field. And I think it's pretty much the same thing in the Caribbean with the track and field associations or the sporting bodies. They don't spend a lot of times with the people that is involved and the meets and the events and the things that is involved, helping them to raise money, helping them to get sponsorship, helping them to run the meet, all that kind of a thing that should be done and is I think is one of the responsibility that they have. So for them to be here now saying, boy, they're going to try and see what they can do, this is already late because the season is already upon us and the season is already almost through the door. I mean, we'll have boys and girls championship pretty soon in March, and we'll have all of the different development meets coming to an end pretty soon as well. So for you to be
Yeah.
coming now, because up to yesterday, that was January 22nd, there was a big high school meet that was cancelled, the Grace Jackson Memorial meet that was canceled, and this was a big part of the high school, one of their preparation meet, one of their qualifying meet that they used to qualify for boys and girls championships. And of course, reports coming out based on these things is that the Intersecondary School Sports Association had announced that they're going to be, relaxing quite a bit of the rules or the regulation or the qualifying things in regards to hurricane that had just passed as well, Melissa, in regards to some of the students and how they qualify, because you would have to have a 45 average grade. You normally, would have to, meet a certain amount of criteria. And so a lot of these track and field meets, they used to be run at these meets to have the qualifying standards, just like how they run it in the world, to be able to run at boys and girls championships. And because a lot of these meets are not going to be held, you know, the athletes are not going to be able to have that. So they kind of lower the temperature, the qualifying arrangement for a lot of these. But it says a lot in terms of how the management of our track and field is been managed. You know, I don't think the principals or the principals of these associations are looking or involved with the thing at a certain level, because they're always behind the eight ball with the thing, you know.
Yeah.
So there's a big news coming out of Jamaica. So the track and field program is a little bit affected, or can be major affected. We're thinking long term, we're just coming from COVID, that they at least got affected in a big way, and now they're going to be having this kind of a setback now and that kind of a thing. So it is going to put a little dent in terms of the different programs that we have and that kind of a thing. You know, so that's one of the big news coming out of Jamaica this week in regards to the track and field. So hey, who
Yeah.
knows? Let's see what
Yeah.
happens later down the road. But it's kind of bad.
Yeah.
You know.
Surely,
Yeah.
surely.
Yeah, man. Any other thing that you have?
Nothing right now. Certainly we know there's some hot topics out there that we're gonna get into
Yeah.
later on. Like we know we've seen some things that we discuss slowly that we're gonna come forth, trying to understand some things. There is some lawsuit in NCAA that we're trying to figure out, learn more about it concerning the NIL deal and guys transferring. We're gonna learn more about that, but that's some hot news that's coming out. And even in hot news, we've seen NFL player coaches been gone. At least 8 to 10 teams, had fired the coaches,
Mhm.
and some of these coaches already, get jobs already with other teams. So there's a lot that's happening. It's nothing new. In
All
the
right.
sense of the season, but it's always at this time of the year we see those things happening where coaches are being fired and rehired with other teams and so forth. But it's just a typical sports, so it just enjoy the thing, and that's just how it is. Yeah.
All right. So let's finish off with some Caribbean sports facts that you might never remember, never know, or forgot. Right. So Arthur Wynn from Jamaica was the first Caribbean athlete to get an Olympic gold medal. Did you know that?
Yes. Yes.
In 1948 Olympic Games, he got the gold medal in the 400 meters. Running a time of what, Rudy?
He
He had
won
won with a time of
46-20.
46:02,
46-20.
winning the Olympic gold medal. And
Yep.
of course, Jamaica did well because it did get second place in that as well.
First and second.
And,
Yeah.
and of course, in another Caribbean facts, the first woman from the Caribbean to win a gold medal at the Olympics was in 1996. And guess who it was? A Jamaican, Diane Emmons. Definitely getting the gold medal there. In a time of what, Rudy?
He won a 52.82, which is very fast. Let me tell you now.
Yeah. And this is the 400 meter hurdles.
400 meter hurdle. And then back then, and you're looking at today, it's average around the same thing. You have Sidney McLaughlin and
Way out there.
and some Bolt, Fender Bolt. They're running pretty fast in the 48s and in the 40s and so forth, right? But
52 was pretty fast then.
that alone, if that was the time then, and look how far
Mhm.
it comes today, But yeah, some
Exactly.
people today who not even still running that time.
Because remember, in the 400 flat, running
Yeah,
52 for a female, still a good time, eh?
yeah. And
Anyway,
52,
so
listen, 52 in the 400 meters could get you into the finals
of course,
of any major
right,
world
and
game. Yeah,
that's
so,
it,
yeah,
and that's in the hurdle. So the first 100-meter champion for the Caribbean came out of Trinidad and Tobago, and this
yeah,
was Angel Crawford all the way back in 1976,
yeah.
winning with a time of what, Rudy?
10:06.
Winning with a time of 10:06. And of course, we had a second place out of the Caribbean in that race as well, which
Yes,
I
yes,
think was
certainly.
Donald
Donna,
Quart.
Donna, out of Jamaica, right?
Yeah, out of Jamaica.
Yeah,
I think
and he
Donald
went.
Quart won the 200 meters that year as well.
That's it. Yeah, yeah, but he went
Yeah,
10:08. So it was a very close race. Um,
yeah.
and those type of times is still times that
You
which
could
is
get to
still
the
good.
Olympic finals.
You can
Yeah,
still get to the Olympic
10:06,
finals
10:08, you
with
still can get to the Olympic finals with
10:06,
those
10:08.
times.
Yeah, yeah, definitely you can get to the Olympic finals now with that kind of time. So
Yeah.
for
I
sure, yeah,
mean, the crazy years between 2000, 2008 and 2012 was the crazy period. That was the
yeah.
Usain Bolt era when
Both
maybe
era.
maybe 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 10:06 could not get you to the finals and that kind of thing. You would be worried, right? I
Yeah,
mean, but those was just a crazy period. But still, 10:06 and 10:08 can get you to the Olympics or the World Championship finals.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, last but
Certainly,
not least, the first Caribbean female to win a 100-meter gold medal is still Shelley and Fraser Price,
yeah.
who had
And
recently
it
retired, who have one of the fastest time in the world to date of
yeah,
10.60. Is still one of the fastest. She attained that feat in 2008 in the 2008 Olympics. I think it was Beijing that was.
yeah.
And that was the start of the crazy period, and that was the time when they get 1-2-2
They
in
get
a
one.
race.
They get 1-2-2 in that race with Shellyan was 10:78.
Mhm.
And we certainly have Simmons and Stewart both running 10:98, and there was second tie. Like the tie is a tie, like that is a tie, hundreds and hundreds of a second. It was
Yeah,
a tie of a
they couldn't
tie.
separate them.
They couldn't separate
Yeah,
them. Nothing could have separated them, and they
and
get
then
so Jamaica end up with 3 medals, but 2 silver, 1 gold, and that then and that was the era for Jamaica, like we talk about with
yeah,
that in terms of the starting, not the starting. There are people before Shellyan who paved the way. Before
yeah, Merlin
Shellyan,
Otti, Grace
the
Jackson.
Molinati and those,
Yeah,
who
hmm
paved the way prior to. We talk about that in the Caribbean. Everywhere you go, there was somebody who paved the way before somebody
yeah,
come and give a medal. And we have seen that. So we certainly have I am so grateful, that these athletes and them we grew up on athletes like that can do so well for us in the Caribbean, because in when it comes to sports, Jamaica is the Caribbean, Grenada is the Caribbean, Trinidad is the Caribbean.
yeah.
So there's no
Caribbean
only
people.
Jamaica. No, we are one
Yeah,
people. Doesn't matter if you're St. Lucia or Dominica, we are one. When
yeah,
when
man.
you're on
Because
the when on the
in that
line,
same race, yeah,
we
in
are
that same race,
celebrating. Yeah,
you had a couple of Caribbean people.
yes.
Debbie Ferguson was in that race. I think it was Rudy. There was
Debbie
a couple of
Ferguson was in
Caribbean
that race
people.
too. Debbie Ferguson
So
was in that race. So,
the Caribbean is pretty dominant
yeah.
in terms of the Olympics
Let's, well,
participation,
let's go
and
further than that. Half of the
no,
half of the American team is Caribbean people.
half of the American team is Caribbean people. When you look at the background of where all of these
Look
athletes
at it.
come from,
Look
yeah.
at the
So
background of
you
where they're
know,
coming from. They're our people. So
yeah,
certainly, man, we have to love each other. And as let's finish here with this, we as a Caribbean nation have to love each other, support each other in spite of
and
everything.
celebrate
Not
celebrate each
only
other
in
all the
sport,
time.
not only in sports but in academics too, and in endeavors.
Of
When people
course.
go, they're doing things in business, we
Of
have to
course.
support each other. Okay, that's how we grow, and we hope that even though businessmen now can pour back into the community and we can build each
Mhm.
other up, and the artists and the youths and stuff can, feedback from that, and they can continue the generation, because that's what it is. We hoping that's what it is. We want the cycle to continue. We talk about Bolt. When Bolt leave, we say the cupboard in Jamaica was empty. The male cupboard was empty, not only in
But
Jamaica, but the
here,
Caribbean.
but
It
here it
was,
has been
it,
filled.
it was a Caribbean, the cool. Listen, you go to your kitchen and it was empty. You couldn't find a
Yeah.
good printer that could have bring you after the boat era. And then, bam, we see these things start coming back. The female was good, but then the females right now is, man,
And
man,
the Caribbean males are pretty much there, Rudy, because
and
you have Trinidad, with
that's
a
what we
whole
say.
host of
I'm
athletes
telling you.
nowadays.
Yeah, yeah,
Barbados with a whole
yeah,
host of
yeah,
athletes. So,
yeah.
it's right across the Caribbean. So, as we close off today, we just wanted to give you those facts, and I hope we gave you something that you would have edified, you would have give you some fun. You can join the conversation as well. Tell us what you think about this format that we have. And just remember to like, share, and subscribe to what we will be bringing to you. This is who we are, and this is what we're going to be in terms of moving forward. So remember, Sports Globe, to like, share, and subscribe to the thing. And of course, we encourage you to leave your comments at all the times and every time. Doesn't matter what it is. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you know, um, and leave a thought with us. So until another video, when we drop it again, remember to turn on the notification bell as well, so that when we drop another video, you'll be able to be the first to be
Yeah.
notified and be able to watch. All right. So thanks a lot. Hey, Rudy, it
Thank
was
you.
fantastic,
It was always a
being here
pleasure,
with you
man. It's
again,
always
and we
good
look forward to another
being with
one.
the fans. It's always good being with you, the fans. It's always good for you listening and joining us. Thank you for taking the time of your day to be with us, hang out with us, share the thing, like the thing, leave your comment.
Yeah, man. This episode is sponsored by J&J Garage. Top quality, cheap prices.
J Garage, we do excellent brakes and clutch repair. Pressure plates, flywheels, disc brake pad, brake shoes, clutches. Any job you have, cars, vans, jeeps, buses, trucks, and tractors. Just call J&J Garage, 1-876-408-3836, 887-7504 for all your pickup and delivery service throughout the 14 parishes.